Hello everyone, welcome back to this epic series. Today I'll be discussing weird stuff that people said to me at school. This episode is actually going to be a lot shorter than the other ones because the last one was 20 minutes long and the one before that was 27 minutes long, and I realized nobody's watching all that. The average YouTube user has the attention span of like a goldfish. Most of this stuff is pretty recent. I'm gonna start it with some random one. Like one time after lunch, I went to our lockers, and one of my classmates was there. He just turned to me and said, "Hey Lucy, is it true that you have a long black cock?" I don't know where he got that information from. I never said I have a long black cock, but I actually told him that yes, it's true. I do have a long black cock, and he didn't seem too surprised, so that's cool. This next one was said by the furry femboy. Yeah, each year my school hosts this event where us, the students, teach the teachers. You know, the teachers. For each subject, the teacher gives us a topic, and the ones who volunteer for said subject have to make a full lesson out of it, like 45 minutes, you know. It's actually really cool, you know, to see how the teachers feel, you know, when they teach a bunch of idiots like us. We had like social studies, I think it's called, and we talk about procrastination, you know, and stuff. This isn't important. The thing that's important is that after class, the furry femboy classmate, we went back to the lockers. It's interesting that this also happened at the lockers, but he just looked up to us, you know, the ones who taught the subject, and he just said, I liked how strict you were. And I'm not a masochist or anything, but if anyone was dominant, and he just shrugged off like that. To this day, I still don't understand why he felt the need to, like, say that. Like, okay, bro. Also, he said that he's not a masochist, but that's also just a flat-out lie. Like, at the school trip, at the end of last year, I talked to him while we were, like, walking through the town with my class. For some reason, so one of us brought up like fucking sadomasochism. I don't know why we brought up that subject. It just was a continuation of some other thing we were talking about, you know. But he just fucking said that he eats rocks because it's masochistic or something. So another thing that my classmates said, this was said by the smart kid during art class. We just discussed some weird dreams we had, you know. The smart kid, he's actually seen as like really innocent and stuff by others, and you know, I think it's mostly because he looks like a little kid. So it was kind of a shock to everyone when he started talking about the kind of dreams he has, and how he had a dream where, and I quote, "It wasn't 6 times longer, but there were 6 of them." Okay, I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds to guess what this was about. If you said it's about cock, you're correct. This wasn't the only related dream he told us about. There was like, he also said that he had a dream about being deported to Auschwitz and that they fucking cut off his dick there. I don't know why. He didn't elaborate on why that happened, but alright. And also he had a dream about his cock being like shrunk. And it was so goddamn goofy. Everyone was like traumatized by this. I don't know why. I mean, most of my classes say a lot worse stuff than this, but I guess it's just because everyone sees him as innocent and stuff, and then he just drops something like this onto us. This was just something that happened in a dream, you know. It's not that big of a deal if it didn't actually happen in real life, but something weird that happened in real life. This was actually what my friend said to me. So I was sitting with my friend at lunch. We were just having a conversation about other classmates because our classmates are low-key insane. We were discussing this classmate we nicknamed Fepper for reasons which I'll discuss in some other episode. Then my friend that I was sitting with at the line, she just out of nowhere asked me, "How good are you at fapping?" I didn't respond, by the way, because why would I even respond to that? And then she actually followed up with, "I think I'm actually like on level D3 already." And I was just like, "Okay, bro." I don't know what is up with my classmates and just having to discuss masturbation all the time. Like one time I was walking home with another one of my classmates, and he just out of nowhere fucking started talking about jerking off and shit, and it's just like, why? To this day, I don't know if it was just some weird risk tactic or something, or if this is just a conversation he usually has with his friends, but needless to say, I'm not a big fan of it. The popular kid also said some interesting shit to me. One time I was walking downstairs at the shule, just trying to get to my next class, and he was walking behind me, and then he just yelled at me, "Are you my mommy?" I actually answered this, and he seemed to be very happy with that answer. So, I guess I'm his mommy now. Damn. Alright, this is off topic, but why does the screen get so orange like this? And then when I turn a bit, it gets blue. And is this some new Minecraft update, or is my screen just dying? I can't tell. Yeah, the popular kid also once walked up to me and just asked if he has the privilege to suck off another classmate. Of course, I also answered yes to that. I don't think I've seen him ask other people in my class this stuff, or at least not any other girls. If he does ask some weird stuff, it's usually his homeboys. But I don't know why he targeted me for this sort of weird shit. You know how I talked about the smart kid? They actually often win some sort of competitions at school and stuff. And my mom saw this on the school's Instagram, and she just told me, "Hey, you should probably talk to some normal people like this dude." I mean, I tried to talk to him, but it didn't really lead to anything normal. He was standing outside the music classroom, and he seemed to be thinking deeply about something, so I greeted him, and the only thing he said to me is, "I need to shit." And nothing else. I remember just replying with something, but he didn't continue. He just stood there. It was a very interesting encounter. All the stuff I've talked about in this video were recent, and I just remembered something that happened all the way back in 2nd grade. We took swimming classes in 2nd grade, and one time I was just sitting on the edge of the pool, just minding my own business. Two girls came up to me. They asked me about something. I don't remember what exactly it was, but I answered to and then they made a really weird face at me and just asked, "Why do you have such a deep voice?" And first of all, my voice wasn't nearly as deep as it is now, and even now, my voice isn't really that deep. I mean, yeah, I had a deeper voice than my male classmates, but still, I sounded like a chipmunk. They seemed to be really disgusted by my voice, which made me kinda sad. I don't know why they thought that I'd have an answer for that question. When I was in the womb, I decided, yeah, I'm gonna have a deeper voice, and I just did something simsalabim, and that's how it happened. It looks like the room is finished, if we ignore the ceiling. Time for the outro. Alright gang, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think the next episodes will be hopefully a bit more interesting than this one. This was just kinda a filler video because I haven't uploaded in 5 days, and I mean my channel is literally dead as we speak, or it's not dead, it's a fetus, and this fetus needs to be born to actually, that's when I'll start getting views and stuff, if that makes sense. And yes, I'm chewing on food, as you can hear. Anyway, goodbye, Pookies, and all the other people. Bye.